You thought I was done, didn't you? I thought I was done, and in a way I am still done. But we're back in the pits of hell, waiting for salvation, much like everyone, all the freaking NPCs back in AA Limit, which will never come until I decide to play through the entire game again, but I digress. Let's just... Now let's start with something fun.
Yes.
Because I am just frazzled out of my mind.
Understood.
Don't know why I felt the need to sort of just... You know, I am just, I really don't... Like, for real. I need to think and do about something else, because I don't feel like this is healthy. Much like many of the things I do in my life, but still. I wonder how Pictomancy will work against some of these guys. Don't think I'm forgetting anything. Alright. Okay. Okay, alright, okay. Let's get back to where we once belonged.
Quest, but that just makes for a sweeter victory.
Not gonna call for help this time. I really need to wind myself down. And you know, screaming about sex while riding atop a giant beast is not on my bingo card for that. Among other things. No one else got me. I know Monster Hunter got me. No one else got me. No one else got you. These nuts got him. You know what I'm saying? It's sort of like... Perhaps I'll just, perhaps getting my feelings out of the open will help me. Yeah, I don't know. How many times can I say stuff like that before it gets old? Alright, but anyway. I started AA Limit so unassumingly, thinking this would be a fun sort of adventure, and it was, but you know, maybe it just speaks to the way I take to game playing, but you know, I guess to sort of get to the root of the issue, I guess. How would you know, the more I think about it, the more I'm actually trying to wonder what the issue was, because like how AI Limit differs to Dark Souls, you know, aside from their both being in the same subgenre of action hack and slash RPG. There's like, or just maybe also my experience with both games is like, you know, maybe because partly I knew what I was getting into with Dark Souls, not knowing anything was happened. I played Elden Ring first, and even then, like, that game was kind of cryptic about some of the things you had to do, some of the places you had to go, some of the like endings and content and other such things. But you know, and it may not be like dependent on how I found all of these, how I went about these experiences personally. I not ashamed to admit that I did look at a few Elden Ring walkthroughs on my first playthrough, just to sort of ascertain, you know, where I was going and whether I was doing the right thing. Nothing majorly spoilery, just like it was mainly for the Rani quest line. And then, you know, comparing that to like, yeah, it was basically when I felt stuck in the like Rani quest line or certain other quest lines, I would just use walkthroughs to check back, like recheck my items to like sort of to just sort of make sure I was on track in the way I wanted to be. And then you know, just knowing after the fact that there were like that the game had 3 main endings, 3 ending variants. It was sort of like I mean, I just sort of did what I felt like at the time. I you know, didn't exactly I don't know, I didn't exactly feel bad about missing the stuff with say Gold Mask or other characters.
Wow.
But because I don't know, maybe because I just felt fulfilled in what I was doing before. And then we got so we also got frickin' where is this guy? There's this guy. We got Dark Souls 1, and my goodness, that's an animation.
And focus.
Dark Souls 1. I assumed it would be straightforward. Biggest mistake of my life. Well, straightforward enough to where I could just play the game and sort of feel like I was on the right path all the time. I accidentally met frickin' I accidentally met which one was it? The evil snake guy. I accidentally did that without realizing. Told him I was going to join his faction, and then totally went back on my word at the ending because I didn't know better. But in that game as well, I had to, you know, I missed quite a lot in that game actually. The returning to the not only returning to the asylum and certain NPC quest lines, but also the entire DLC, which, you know, stung a little bit. But I also, how could I have known if I didn't know where to, if they didn't tell me where to go? I'm just kind of rambling at this point, but that's all I know how to do. But so despite all that, I still got to see what people were kind of raving on about, and felt fulfilled in my own way from doing that. Despite, you know, and the painting worlds, Dark Saskindalin, all that I had no idea. But I did see later in like playthroughs and stuff, and I was like, I mean, I do maintain the notion that you know, even though I do know what's coming, I might be able to enjoy it myself one day, because there's only so much you can glean from watching someone else do it. We've got, you know, Dark Souls 2 as well. There were a lot of NPCs, a lot of NPC quest lines that I know I missed. You know, but, you know, throughout that game, I was also, I think maybe due to the, being well aware of how cryptic these games are, both in like the lore and the gameplay, that I read up on what was necessary to fight Aldia and see the other end of the game. Dark Souls 3 didn't have much in the way of like mystical bosses, but you know, I painstakingly read the step-by-step guide to get the ending that required the most investment, because I assumed that would be the best one to get. All that's to say is that, you know, maybe it's the expectation I had for each game compared to AI Limit, which I was like, you know, maybe a step below to what I think I and a lot of avid Souls fans were probably used to. But just objectively speaking, it came out at the same time as like Kazan, and you know, it has to contend with like games like Stellar Blade that have been out for a while and been acclaimed, and of course the rest of the Souls series. For such a low budget game that it is. Also Lives of P, like there was I mean, technically the final boss fight in that game was invisible, but again, all that to say is that, you know, it's a matter of meeting those expectations and having those expectations maybe go out of hand a little bit, but yeah, I mean, you know, I guess the takeaway is that it's what you expect. Like, you know, you can't really temper your expectations especially with such limited knowledge, but even still, knowing that there was so much that I missed, that I feel like I missed in that game, and just having to go through the pain of playing through the whole game again just to experience it. That feeling probably wouldn't be is probably not be mutually exclusive to AI Limit, but even so, where am I? Where am I going with this? It may also just speak to the kind of person I am when playing games. I just want to Like, I just want to see all there is to see and do what there is to do. It's maybe just be a gripe for me specifically, but just turning games into one big checklist, which, you know, so games are supposed to be fun like that. So, like, why would you ever frame it that way? Yeah, I don't know. It's just trying to. This one's a little more of a thing. This what I'm doing right now. I'm kind of it's taking my brain power. I have no brain power left. Not that I have much to begin with. But you know, there's a lot of reasons people play video games. I guess, you know, if it does feel like a checklist, maybe there's nothing wrong with that. But you know, I guess maybe the point I'm trying to make here is just meeting expectations. I can't say meeting expectations. It's like in terms of product design, maybe, you know, you expect to get something and you don't get it, and that could be a real source of contention. But you know, Souls games besides Dark Souls is like another thing. Like, you don't necessarily have the same expectations as you would an actual Dark Souls game. You know, like I guess in terms of Lies of P specifically, it's but in terms of, just as an example, in terms of like Lies of P, it had everything was like kind of perfectly ordered in such a way, like the way it's essentially the entire game leads up to the result at the end. The choices you make in the game, like not in a wholly obvious way, but you know, it still ties in with the theme. I'm starting to get off topic. I also played you know, but I think back to the matter at hand is that sort of expectation where even if you don't have it in you, or you just don't but you just see it and you get a feedback response from the game, like that just like from all those dialogue, all those little dialogue options. Yeah, and you know, if we were to compare, for the sake of argument, going to compare that to you know, Dark Souls, like you have with Dark Souls, when you have the goal of lighting the great bonfire, and like that's something that everything tells you to do, and one person tells you not to do. You make it to that point, and it's and it's all well and good. You know, whatever choice you make, you get to like it's like Dark Souls 2, and the whole point of like if the Diva's playing, I'll be able to collect my thoughts a little better. Yeah. And it's sort of like you know, Dark Souls 2, the inclusion of Aldia, and the way he kind of like is just basically there to sow doubt into your established journey. Like, maybe as if there's more to think about than what you see, only for there to be more to think about in terms of getting to that point, fighting him, and then choosing whether you want to leave or not, making an informed decision based on like all sources of knowledge, all points of view. Elden Ring is a you know, it is essentially like one big power struggle, and it's sort of like reflected in who you and in what you do, who you help get to the who helps you to get to the throne. I don't know. I think back to like the whole how the choices leading up to these endings and how they get executed. Some of these games also, like, whether like subtly or not, just kind of hint at the implications of your choice and what choices you can make. I saw multiple places I struggled to like find a way into in AA Limit. I assumed none of those didn't matter. I saw, at the end, I am sure people noticed, I saw the giant door to the tree. I saw the way to get to the spear. Except I still didn't know, like, didn't even know which path I was supposed to take, and I ended up choosing the one that's, honestly, although on second thought, to be honest, even if I went to the tree door first, I probably would have just gotten that same ending anyway. But even still, like, it's sort of like it's sort of like they just had this whole bread trail of, like, a few major storylines and characters, and like, at first, like, when you start the game, you assume you're gonna do what's her name? Forgetting people's names. It's either a sign of old age or not being memorable enough. But that one person at the beginning who told me to fix the branches and do what you can do and, like, restore your memories and stuff. I was doing that. It was kind of a vague descriptor anyway, but I did sort of tread along that path, and it led me to this whole church organization. It led me to this guy doing experiments on people, on, like, doing weird experiments, and like every single place had an area you could go to in the like in the late game, and it also added to my confusion of like just knowing if I was on the right track, and just I don't know. I'm just trying to get my feelings out there, see if they make any sense. Because, you know, if they don't make sense, you trust me. I mean, I'm just, like at this point, I'm just as much in the dark. But you know, I'm just kind of like still doesn't take away from my whole
Mushachi. Dundee.
you know, I don't even know what I was getting built up to, and I still feel like I wasn't. I still feel like it wasn't like the right thing I was getting built up to. Like the payoff wasn't like what I wanted. Like yeah, and as well, I should say again, the
Yes. Everyone in the village said they can
the
help too.
lack of clear direction in where I was
Somebody wants
like
to make a trade.
where the right place to go was. Like not knowing if I was supposed to go down there, that like standing at the crossroads picking a direction blindly, and then
Here, Hunter. I was given this for you.
and then someone just stand.
All right then.
Everyone shut up. This is my favorite song.
Got everything you need.
I'm still gonna I'm just sit down and listen to it for a little. I'll continue my point after like a drink of water. Don't get the wrong idea. And the breath problems persist again. But yeah, like, I really was, like, you know, despite how complicated, you know, Dark Souls, Bloodborne, and Elden Ring were, they still gave you, like, something to strive for, like Dark Souls light the fires at the end, and you know all these people have tragic backstories that you won't to be able to fully grasp until you watch a video essay about it. But you know, Dark Souls light the fire, Bloodborne is like escape the dream and slay demons or something. I'm tripping over my words, but I'm showing my own point. Elden Ring, become Elden Lord, get the Elden Ring. AA limit is like you lose your memories, you need to get them back, but also there's a church that against the monsters that you saw at the beginning, but the church might also be bad or have something bad in it. You're gonna go in between jump in between the church tower and the sewers and the forest and the people there. Like, you know, I think the main thing leading me forward was that purpose given to me at the beginning of the game, which it felt like we kind of like actually left on at the doorstep. It's just. Which was, admittedly it was funny to think about at first, but, at the end, just
Mouth-watering proof. Good hunting starts
I don't know,
with good eating.
like all the parts make a whole, and the experience felt incomplete because I didn't get what I thought was promised, nor did I don't know. And maybe on like a base level, comparing Dark Souls to Alien, it is like comparing apples to oranges. But you know, I'm no I'm no game developer, no writer. I am merely a consumer. I can only speak to my own personal experience, and my personal experience, what the hell is this? Is just yeah, we're gonna tackle that in a sec. My personal experience, might not be the same as any other person's experience, but I feel like I still need to justify the emotions as to what led me to my, like, behind my experience, rather. And it was like, I probably would have been fine just, like, in Dark Souls if I just, because even if I didn't get one of the fancy endings, I would have gotten what I came to do and known when I was about to get what I was coming to do. Or say in Lies of P, it was I thought the sort of build up to the end was pretty well done, and like the subversion aspect of the whole thing also great. And even though thus far I haven't been incentivized to go back and do everything perfectly all the way through, I still I still don't think that anything that happened was, like, I still got sort of at least most of what I expected, but got pretty much what the some of the parts was close enough. But like, having a powerful valid goal, it's just like, having a path without an established endpoint. What do you really what do you really, like, how would you even know if what you got was worth the while? It's like, how do you know what parts of the journey were meant to, what was meant to be part of the journey, if you don't know what the journey even was to begin with, the journey to what you were trying to do? It seems counterproductive to compare it like that with the whole journey and destination versus destination talk, but at this point, I don't think either one was, like, fulfilling enough in this case. because I didn't even know what either of them were. I don't know how many times I'm gonna go over this point, but I don't think I need to draw lines anymore. I think I've more or less gotten my point across. But, you know, in terms of gameplay, it wasn't bad. I do wonder, though, with AI limits specifically, I had probably the easiest time out of all the Souls games, which, you know, could just as well be an indicator of the game itself, as opposed to my own skill level, because I've had a fairly good track record of certain played games without realizing it. I first tried a few Sekiro bosses. Oh yeah, and Sekiro is another thing as well. Like, the main thing that bugged me out was that one of the obscure endings had a couple bosses, and like, you know, even then, like, I knew what I was doing in that game as well. I just said I didn't need to keep drawing parallels, but yeah. Moral of the story is, don't ever play any Souls-like in any capacity without a walkthrough guide if you don't want to get let down or misled, or in some cases more so than others, or man, I got all that trifle out and I still don't feel like I've properly, I don't feel satisfactory with everything I said. I feel like there's more to be said and more blood to spill for everything I've had to endure. Not like literal blood. I'm not about to kill someone over a video game. Come on now. But I'm also still unsure whether I want to go back and do that all again. I mean, it only took like 15 hours. I could probably, if I knew where I was going, I could probably narrow it down to like, at most 5. I've always been bad at estimates. But even then, if I did that, would I feel satisfactory with the ending I was expecting? Who's to say? Maybe there is no resolution to this quandary. Maybe the universe is chaos and we have to just accept that inherently. Anyway, let me null the pain with even more pain.
Happy rolling.
The score requirements are the same, but I only see one way forward. And it's not exactly a profitable way either. I think I've got bug bites on my arms. Can I like get a bird's eye view of this stage? Because it's like, well, I mean, I guess I don't need it, but like, maybe I do, maybe I don't. Maybe Maybe, as I said before, the universe is chaos and we just have to
Okay, roll out.
roll with the punches. I didn't even mean to. No pun intended, I just... and work out the way I wanted it to. Also, the UI to the barrel bowl is different. Yowzers, that's a lot of moolah.
See you around. Happy rolling.
Why don't I do that again first, and then see where we go from here. Would you rather a full a full Souls-like playthrough, or like 10 minutes of this shit? I think they changed these from like 2 points each to 6 points each, specifically for this
Roll out.
for this course. The only way I can really do it is if I roll it down here again and not have it crash straight into the... You guys probably can't hear it, but I hear the mosquito buzzing around my head, and it's so minute but still so painful.
See you around.
Maybe I really am in hell,
Happy rolling.
given everything that's been going on. Man.
I can't wait for your next spin.
Sometimes I wonder if they made these with the intention of being possible. I am a god gamer and I can't do wrong, and I decree that this is some serious bullshit. You will not catch 15-year-old me saying this stuff. Maybe if I could replicate that shot, but make it better,
Happy rolling.
thereby definitively not replicating it, I would have a chance. Okay. I need to get the ones on the side and some of the ones at the back, or the other way around. I did not think to do this beforehand. Victory. That's how we do it.
That was some fine rolling.
That went a little better than I thought, but I often held high expectations for that minigame. Alright. I'm ready to fight Omega Planetus again. You can't make me. What's the deal with this one again? What? Where's the unique equipment? Is it just like the spheres? Nosilla. Yeah, I think they got confused. I think they just Also, I don't know exactly what this is going to give me as opposed to this, but I'm going to go for it at some point. And I'm not going to like it. All this speaking, not let's really not be cut out for that.
Make sure you're prepared.
Keep forgetting to use that thing. I even have it on my hotbar. I'm not gonna sleep well tonight.
Okay, let's move out.
Mainly because of the
You're
bugs.
always aiming for new heights. I doubt there's anyone who could match you. A supply
I
ship is
don't.
coming in. Hope you find something
Hope
useful.
this helps. Alright.
Didn't even know it hit him.
You know, I wonder if it does so much damage because it takes so damn long. Get down here. Is this a new music track? What's even so special about this guy?
I can feel another close.
Take care of the little guys because I hate children. That looks strong. Someone better call up Goku. That came out sooner than I was.
Leave this to me. Wheels inbound.
Wait, no, it canceled at the last moment. Maybe this isn't worth the effort. I did not even get notified that that would kill. Okay, no more fooling around.
Hey, get out of there.
Music is definitely new. Yes, focus on the music while I'm about to be beaten to death by a monkey. Really? Come on. Are there more Blengos coming here this way? After all that talking, I gotta balance it out with the silence of death. Thank you, my friend. I don't know your name, but you're getting a mention in my memoir. I really don't want to deal with that many of you. So you guys leaving anyway. Stop that.
Leave this to me.
Stop.
Heels inbound.
Okay. You never know if that thing's gonna be in range to hit you or not.
Do your thing, Blunderang.
Crap. That wasn't fair. Yeah, that'll show him. Down with the bow specifically. Of course I'm going to say that and get ganked, so I retract my previous statement just for the sake of all that is holy.
Looks like it's moving to a new area.
That was a great idea. That was also a great idea. I'm just full of them today, aren't I?
Leave this to me. Heels inbound.
This place does have the football, doesn't it? Okay. Come over here if you would. No, don't. Not so fast.
All right. Perfectly plundered.
Come on now. How is this not falling down yet? Okay, there we go. Yeah, no, that's nothing compared to my weaponry. I don't know what I was thinking before. Given how long it takes. Man, I feel like most other 9-star quests would have been more worthwhile for this specifically. Ugh. Save, not biased or anything. And this is really kind of a this is really kind of a buffer stream, but I'm already feeling out of it, so I'm just gonna call it, I think. Spend the rest of my time not talking and not falling for not getting mad at things that fit. But anyway, like and subscribe on all the things if you'd like. It make me kind of happy. But you don't have to. It's fine. It's fine. I have a few ideas on what stream series I might want to do next, but for now, and I might not even get started this week, but just putting the information out there, and I'll if this doesn't deter you, I don't know what will. Which, you know, may be a good thing for me, but who's to say? Alright, enough. Enough of me, enough of this stream, enough of the patriarchy. Let it be known. Yeah. Anyway, see you all later. Hopefully in greener pastures.